Hey everybody, it's Elizabeth and welcome back to my garden here in Arkansas in Zone 7. So today I thought I'd bring you guys along for a quick little garden video, fall gardening video. It's fall, we all love fall. Well, I say that. I love fall, let me speak for myself. I already got my dark nail polish on, I got my fall watch band on. I'm just all about this season. Love it, love it, love it. If you've been catching any of my recent reels, I've talked about fall a lot and what it means to me, like how it feels to me, and how I feel like it really can reconnect us with older generations from years ago. But anyway, so today I'm going to get some seeds in the ground, hopefully quickly, before I run to town because I don't have a lot of time. But I thought I'd bring you guys along because I'm trying something different this year. So I have tried to grow some fall crops. They're crops you can grow in the fall or the spring because they can't handle the summer heat. And I've tried them in the cottage garden multiple times. If you've been here for a while, you've probably seen that. And the only time I had success was outside of the cottage garden. I don't think in the spring or fall the garden gets enough sunlight with the cooler temps to actually have a spring or fall crop. So lessons learned, and I'm not going to be doing that anymore. Not sure what I'll do in here next spring, but to be determined. For now, I'm going to direct sow seeds. I gotta make sure I have everything I need. I'll do that here in a second. But I want to do broccoli, cabbage, and cauliflower in ground. And I'm going to be putting them in my husband's in-ground garden. So we talked about this recently. I think I even mentioned it in a video that I had this idea. Because as crops tend to peter out for us in the in-ground garden, my husband will just pull them out. But he is still tilling around everything to keep it nice looking. So there's so many open spaces out there, especially because we've lost so many of the tomatoes. He recently pulled out a zucchini that was on its last leg, and then our squashes are real close to being pulled out. He already direct sowed a second succession of cucumbers. They'll do good in the fall. And then he actually went out and put in some turnips last night because he wants to grow him some turnips. So he made sure to leave a space open for me to do the fall crops I want to do. And how I'm going to do this, and this is, I envision the only way it can be successful, is to direct sow out there and then use my mini greenhouse covers on them because it has the insect netting. If I have the windows rolled up, it's not creating a greenhouse effect, but it prevents insects from getting to the plants. So that's what we're going to do. We don't water out there a lot. So what I'll probably do is get these in so I can go ahead and go to town. And then this evening, I will water them in. There's plenty of soil in the ground in that location because it's been a garden spot for a long time. It's good soil. It's been amended a ton. It gets worked up every year. But my husband only hand waters out there a few times a summer. Having said that, the top few inches of the soil may be dry. We'll see when we sow the seeds. But we know that when you get a few inches down, the soil is very moist because it's clay soil that's been worked and amended. Clay holds onto moisture. And so all the existing plants that we have in, because they've been in for months, that's why he doesn't worry about watering them because their roots are down there where it's moist. So we typically will just hand water new stuff or if we're in like a real drought. So let me go get my supplies. Okay, so we're back inside. Here is my package with my vegetable seeds in it. So let's see what I've pulled out as maybes. We've got Cisso broccoli, which is like a regular. Then I have this, I don't know how to say that. It's Iceberg broccoli. I don't know what the difference is. I thought it was like a smaller one. We'll see. And we've got, now I might not do all these. This is just what I'm looking at. Here's a cabbage. So I don't have any cauliflower. So I've got Copenhagen cabbage. Got my broccoli. These are the ones I for sure wanted to do. We've never tried carrots out there. 65 days to harvest. Let's look at the days to harvest for all of these. Cabbage, 2.5 months. That's probably going to be cutting it really close. I can because I'm doing the mini greenhouse, I can close it up if we get frost and it just needs a couple more weeks. This one is 50 to 85 days. Wow, that's great. I wonder if it'll do that good. This one doesn't have as much information. Okay, let's not even try that. 65 days on the carrots. These are the long carrots. I don't know if they'll be able to really get their roots down in our clay, but I think we'll try. Collards. Really prefer warmer. I think it's kale that you can grow in the cool or the heat. So then we've got these lettuces. This is a tennis ball lettuce that I know can handle heat. This is regular Iceberg. This is Crispino. But this is old seed. I've had this one a while. I don't think it says. Should say the year on it. But I don't see it. So I'm not going to waste the space on it just in case. So I think we'll try Iceberg lettuce. So we'll do these. Plus I'll leave a spot open for cauliflower because my husband loves it. So that gives us 5 crops to do in there. And we'll mostly do these big head crops. And not, like these don't take up a lot of room. And these, really if I wanted to do these right, I should plant like 4, wait a week, plant 4, wait a week, plant 4, stuff like that. Because they're best, but see, 85 days. So, it says you can plant them August through October. So I'm going to try them. And then like I said, if I need to close up the greenhouse covers, I can. And that's why I think this is going to be a good way to do this. Because I've tried like the row covers and stuff like that. And honestly, the only reason I don't use them is because I don't know where they are. Like my gardening stuff, it's not very organized. I just have a lot of it, but it's all over the place. Stored in multiple different buildings. There were some from when I was gardening out in the big garden that got damaged in winter storms. Like I didn't store them properly. So, you know, you live and you learn. But I've got several. So I'm going to get some stuff taken out to the garden. And then I'll be back with you guys. I got to go grab those covers. And I need all my hands. Before I go get stuff, I thought I would show you how the sunflowers are doing because we got them in late. I tried to do it by July 1st, but I think it ended up being mid-July. It might have been later. Look, you can see my husband watered them recently. Got one little zinnia there, and she's pink. But it's mostly sunflowers, but I'm not mad at that. I can see a little zinnia way down there. Anyways, can't wait to see these bloom. We still have time for them to bloom. It's just going to be a late show, but I'm excited about it. Now, the soil, I'm wearing jeans because I'm going to town right after this. So I'm not in gardening clothes, but I'm going to roll up my pants, so hopefully I don't get too dirty. I'm going to place these guys so I can kind of maybe make an indent in the soil as to where they're going to be. Then obviously I'm going to move them so I can plant. One of these is, this one is kind of damaged. If you're curious like what these are, in the description below I have a link to like my Amazon storefront, and on the storefront I have a like a category for gardening things. This is on there. I thought it was really affordable, but there's supposed to be a 3-point thing where these meet up, but it didn't come with it. So I used it without all year because I just got these in the spring. But I think I'm going to see if my husband can retrofit something for me so I can get this. It can be more secure. This one also has a tear in it, and I'm not sure how that happened. So I think I can tape that up and it would still be fine for doing things in cold weather. The other one is in perfect condition, just dirty. So I'm going to do these. My husband likes to till around plants so that the garden looks nice, just like it does right now. And so I'm going to put these like a little bit inside so he can still till around it. And if it really gets on his nerves, he can also just remove the frame and till around the plants until they get bigger. But I think we'll just do them like this, side by side. Oh, I got a little hole in my mesh here. Okay, so we'll have to fix that because that's how the insects get in. But I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but you know how, like, if you get a hole in a screen door or a window screen, they make this tape that is like a screen, but it's sticky, and you put it on the screen, the mesh, and then I think you hit it with a blow dryer, and like the glue fades away, so there's holes there. Anyway, I have that. I have some of that, so I will fix that. I'll have to make a mental note to self. Probably forget until I edit this video, but anyway, so we'll do that. I'm just gonna press these down so I know where my boundaries are. Oh, that looks pretty good. Awesome. Okay. Press you down to the soil. Hi, kitty. You don't like my Nomi guy? We use my one of my garden gnomes. He's right there by the cucumbers. He usually is in a flower bed, but we use him as a placeholder when we plant seeds in the ground. And so my husband has him over there right now, and the cat is afraid of him. All right. Okay, cool. We've got our outline. Let me show you what that looks like. So see, we've got our indent in the soil. And then this one I didn't press as hard, but it's right here. So this is our planting space. So yeah, I just got to figure out how much I want of each. You could really succession plant all of these things, even carrots, but honestly, I don't often remember to do it. But I'm going to try with the iceberg lettuce, because that's one thing, is like, it gets to full maturity, you harvest it, and there's no preserving it. You just have to eat it. Now, we eat a lot of salads, so when it's ready, we would eat it. But if we had like 12 heads ready at once, I don't think we could eat that before it goes bad. So I'm going to make an effort to succession plant these. So let's see. I could do all broccoli and cabbage in one, and then cauliflower in the other one with the carrots. Well, I don't know, because see, broccoli, cabbage, and cauliflower get so big. I don't want them to like shade out the lettuce. So, but I don't have those seeds. Maybe I just won't do cauliflower. My husband's favorite is really broccoli. And I love cabbage. So maybe what we'll do is broccoli in one, cabbage in the other, with it like this: broccoli and carrots, cabbage and iceberg lettuce. So when we get to planting. For these carrots, I'm just doing light little trenches. They like to be planted at 1/4 of an inch. I'm sowing heavy so I can thin them later. Okay, now this line you see here is not a trench. That's from when he last tilled. and I just didn't smooth it all out. The half of this for the carrots, before I planted, I smoothed it all flat so I could figure out where I wanted to plant. There we go. Perfect. Also, I'll note, I don't think I need to water because it actually rained last night. I wasn't sure how much rain we got, but the soil feels totally fine. Now for this one, I'll go ahead and level out the surface a bit. Makes it easier to plant. You can see when I step in it, your foot leaves an indent because it's moist. Let me go ahead and get my cabbage in the back. I love in-ground gardening. I miss it so much. Only reason I don't do it is for time. I should do more out here in my husband's garden because he wouldn't mind. I just don't think to do it. When I sow these types of seeds, I do 2 in each hole. Oh, I got a kitty out here already trying to play with stuff. Hi, buddy. Coming to sing me a song with your purr. I appreciate it. It's lovely. Bless you, 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 bless you. Bless you again. You allergic to the garden? I'm doing these zigzags so the plants have more space, but it's still square foot gardening where each will only have about an 8-inch square to grow in, and that'll be just fine for them. Oh, both cats. Now, I'll flatten out this spot I was standing in. Remind myself, that's my half point. That's the end. Okay. Thin to 8 inches. So these need about 8 inches too. So again, I'm just going to do 4 planting holes because we'll come back later. We'll do 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. Then we've got room for maybe 8 more. We'll see. You crazy cats beating each other up. They're in the little greenhouse. You guys are nuts. Get off my greenhouse. Thank you. So, now we'll definitely have to come out here and put some U-hook, U-prongs. They're garden stakes, but they're shaped like a U, and put them on the bottom, on this bottom PVC here. Because again, this is that corner that's broken, but wind will just carry these things away. And as you can, I don't know if you saw it in that last clip because cats ran off, but they like to play inside of these if they can get in there. So right now with this part broken, they can walk up under this. Definitely want to keep them out of it, especially while seeds are germinating. So we will get that fixed up. Got a tape up plastic over there. No, here. So it must be that screen that was, one of the screens is messed up. We'll get that done. And you can see I've got the windows are over the top. This one is like crooked because of that corner piece. But anyways, it's still usable. We'll fix her up and get that better secured. Could even like anchor them to each other here somehow. If there's a way, my husband will find it. But anyways, so they're in, and I'll just have to make a reminder to, because I did 4 of the iceberg lettuce right about here. So I can come in a few weeks and do another section here, another section here. And then again, like I said, if the weather starts to get cold and anything in here is not fully done, I can just close the windows. It creates a greenhouse effect. It's not as big of a difference as if they were in an actual greenhouse, but it does make it like 20 degrees warmer during the day. It's not going to retain a lot of heat at night, but it will retain some heat. So it makes a difference just in that brief period where you have your first frost, and then you've got a few weeks of like, wow, that didn't feel real. The day is really beautiful. It's really sunny. And then it's chilly at night, and then it's warm, and then it's cold at night, and then it's warm. So during that brief period before it's like full-on winter, you can grow things in these. In full-on winter, that's not going to keep it warm enough for things to live. So anyways, I'm so excited about this project. I'm glad I decided to film this and bring you guys along. I love filming stuff like this. Because I hope my intention, and I hope you know my intention is to help people learn that you can do different things. There's so much to learn about gardening. I'm also still always learning. As I've mentioned in previous videos, I'm working on writing a book about gardening. I just love it so much, and it's changed my life so much to learn about gardening, to grow things, to watch things grow, to fail and learn from those mistakes, and really reconnect me with the planet and the seasons and everything, that I want everyone else to experience that life-changing hobby that is a whole lot of work, but anyways, a whole lot of reward too. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're getting anything in the ground right now, comment below, let me know what it is. Would love to hear. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. It's free, free 99, and I hope you have a wonderful day.